I'm an aquatic biologist. We do a lot of sampling the streams for both fish,
All the same species.
and macroinvertebrates. We do chemical water sampling, flow, we do a lot of different stream measurements, but basically looking at the impacts of acid mine drainage from abandoned mines on local streams. A typical project is working in a watershed where we're trying to assess the impacts from acid mine drainage. The end goal is writing a restoration plan for how we can address or remediate the impacts from that acid mine drainage. So we will sample, we'll take biological samples, we'll take chemical, we'll take flow, we'll characterize the sources of acid mine drainage to determine what, if anything, can be done to reduce the impacts from the mine drainage. A typical day could be using electrofishing techniques to sample fish populations in streams that may have an impact, or sampling macroinvertebrates and taking chemical samples and then processing that data and analyzing that data. I played in streams all the time. I didn't know that it could be a profession though until I got to college. And then once I realized that, I became a biologist. And if you're really interested in it, I'd pursue out, connections with agencies or organizations or consultants or people who are doing this kind of work. I did some volunteer work for a watershed group in the area that was looking at acid mine drainage and ended up getting an AmeriCorps position with them. And once I started that, I realized that I really, really enjoyed doing this kind of work. The most exciting thing for me is when I can sample a stream and it's been dead for decades, and then to go back after some treatment or some remediation has been done and see life back in the stream. So it's really exciting when you can actually measure results, when you can see these communities return from the work that people are doing in this field. There's no part of this particular job that I don't like necessarily. Some of the field work associated with it is not easy. Mosquitoes, deer flies. A lot of things when we're in the summer, when it's 90 degrees and you're out and doing your sampling can be difficult. But that's also the exciting part too. There's a lot of similar jobs that do similar work. Aquatic biologists, either fish or macroinvertebrate or both sampling. Hydrogeologists who look at both groundwater and surface water. Engineering that goes into whether you're trying to remediate issues or you're building wetlands. With any sort of environmental monitoring can be very similar to the types of stuff that I'm doing now in this position. Especially looking for a career, trying to find a career path. It can be discouraging sometimes. You might think you have found an ideal position or whatever and it doesn't happen, but you just have to continue to be persistent. If it's something that you really want to do, you do quality work, you do a good job, you build those networks of people and those people will refer you, you will find your career path. A stream, or trying to recover a stream that's impaired by acid mine drainage, is either reclaiming the site, if it's an abandoned gob pile or coal refuse pile. You try to cover that up or keep water away from it, which is what forms the acid in the first place. Or we have to design some sort of active or passive treatment system where we are neutralizing the acid. We're trying to capture the metals, precipitate those metals, and capture those metals that are dissolved in the water before they enter a stream. One thing that was really memorable for me was I was doing a fish sample. I had went up to the landowner to ask permission to sample the stream, and he said, well, you can sample down there, but I know there's no fish in that creek. There hasn't been fish in that creek for 70 years. And I said, well, I think there is now, but we're going to go sample it. So he came down with us to sample. We probably caught 25 species of fish, and he was absolutely amazed that he had been living on this property for that long, and within the last 20 years did not know that any aquatic life was basically living in the creek, when he was a kid. But now that stream is recovered and is really an exceptional stream. And that moment made me realize that this work is worth it.